Inec and APC lawyers are wasting Obi's time in court. They are asking witnesses frivolous questions, Labour Party youth leader alleges. Yeah, so we know that the judiciary is in a kind of dilemma in this matter. The fact remains that both the Inec chairman and the APC and APC government generally have failed Nigerians in this February 25, 2023 presidential elections. Everything they did was fraudulent, ranging from when they started printing voters card, when they started voters registration, when they started delivering the voters card. We saw the way they did it, and then when the election started, we saw the way they conducted the election. Okay, though everything was at variance with Nigerian laws, with the Electoral Act, with INEC guidelines on how the election was to be conducted. And they know that they fraudulently declared Tinubu winner. Everybody in Nigeria came out for the first time to vote Peter Obi. One person accepted locally and internationally, widely accepted. And the APC knew that with BVS, they were not going to be able to rig. They also knew a lot that with the introduction of ICT systems into voting, they were not going to win. And so they resorted to violence, and they used the CBN, the INEC chairman at the back end to manipulate and alter the activities of the IRF portal for them to go manually and use manual means to conclude the election. Okay, so we saw, and the evidence now Peter Obi and Labour Party is bringing to the court is so huge that the judiciary does not know how to handle this matter. So the next thing now is they will begin to look for technicalities. They will start looking for frivolous ways to make the case either a bit more complex or trivialize it, such that they will find a way to give justice to Tinubu rather than giving justice to Peter Obi. And the whole world is waiting. Nigerians are waiting to see how the judiciary will conclude this matter. And I think this is why Festus Keyamo has come out to say that the tribunal does not have judicial rights and power to handle election matters. That it is unconstitutional for the tribunal to handle this matter. That even it's unconstitutional to set up tribunal in the first place. And they were like, what is Festus Keyamo saying? Why is this guy talking like this? Okay, that the set up tribunal, you are saying that it's unconstitutional. So what is constitutional? So that means that they're looking for a way to say that the tribunal does not have judicial power, or it's not the competent court of jurisdiction to handle election matters. That is what they're going to say, because they've seen the direction the case is going, that it's going to be difficult to win Peter Obi in this matter. He has a lot of evidences, and they're beginning to introduce technicalities, introduce styles that will, undermine the activities of the tribunal, the activities of the judiciary, so that they can do what they did during the election again. I think that is what I see here. But again, let's see what the Labour Party youth leader has to say. As legal fireworks continue to fly at the ongoing presidential election petitions tribunal sitting in the Federal Capital Territory, the Labour Party has accused lawyers representing ruling All Progressives Congress and the Independent National Electoral Commission of deploying the tactics of time wasting during court proceedings. While addressing journalists in Abuja on Saturday, June 17, 2023, the national youth leader of the Labour Party, Prince Kennedy Ahanotu, explained that his party and its presidential candidate Peter Gregory Obi have only been able to present just 6 out of a total number of 50 witnesses, and it has lined up because legal teams representing the APC and Inec have suddenly developed a habit of asking frivolous and unnecessary questions during cross-examination of the witnesses. Going further, the Labour Party chieftain argued that if the lawyers do not have any concrete questions to put forward to the witnesses, there was no need to carry out a cross-examination in the first instance, he said. So there has been some element of time wasting on the part of the lawyers representing APC and Inec. Exactly. So it's a delay tactics that they are putting up here. It is a delay tactics that they are putting up here, and they're using it to distract the court, distract the judiciary, distract the judges, distract everybody involved in the matter to something else. APC is a party of propaganda and a party of propagandists, and so they will always look for a very corny way to scatter and disorganize processes and proceedings so that they can get their way through the back door. This has been their style, and I'm sure what they're doing is not by mistake. It's either they have planned it that way to distract people, or they are short of words. They are no longer competent to handle the matter. It's becoming more complex on their throat, and they are just a bunch of confused set of people. I know that Inec, to a point that Inec is rejecting the document that they handed over to Peter Obi as evidence, and then at the tribunal they are objecting the admission of those documents. They are rejecting the document. What does that tell you? We came to your office and we got these materials as evidence from your office, and then at the court you are saying the court should not admit such documents and such evidences. What does that tell you? These guys have been roped up by Peter Obi and his lawyers and Labour Party. They don't know what to do, and so they are creating something different to cause confusion so that they can override the case. But it's not going to work for them. Then the youth leader, the national youth leader, continues. Some cross-examinations that are not necessarily ought to have been set aside so that we can push through our list of witnesses and tender our documents and evidences before the Honorable Court gives its verdict. We don't like the way our time and that of our presidential candidate is being wasted by these people in court. When you know that you do not have any serious question to ask, you still cross-examine the witness. Why not skip that part and then address the court on the testimony or evidence the witness has given? All of these are just tactics being deployed to waste time and ensure we don't bring all our witnesses forward in the proper duration. Exactly. Because it's like they have a period of time that they can allow witnesses to come. And so they are waiting their time so that all the witnesses do not come. Because if all the witnesses come, APC knows that they're not going to get out of this mess. Even the Inec knows that they will not get out of this mess. And so they're doing all of this as a delay tactic to delay the proceedings, the tribunal proceedings, and delay the process so that the Labour Party is not able to bring out all their witnesses. They said they have 50 witnesses lined up, and only 18 or so have come. You mean that they've not even gone up to 50% of their witnesses, and all the witnesses are testifying with facts and evidences against Inec and against APC. So it's difficult for them to get out of it. Peter Obi has packaged this case in such a way that it's difficult for them to handle. And that is why I said that judiciary is in a kind of dilemma, because it's not going to be easy to scuttle judgment the way they thought from beginning with what is coming before them now. It's a delicate one. And I see situation too that even if judgment is given to Peter Obi, Tinubu will not relinquish power. But again, that will be a different matter to handle if they try something funny. So thank you for listening. Let's have a comment.